You're going to step forward. I'm going to use my right leg first. Going to step forward with the right leg and punch Ura Zuki. So again, it's the same 3 techniques that Sensei Haku was working on. Just for now, getting the legs and the arms coordinated. Step forward with the right leg and punch Ura Zuki with the right arm. 1. And back 2. Same thing with the left. So Ura Zuki, left arm, left leg. 1. And back 2. Down to the second technique, the Tate Zuki. So remember the Ura, the dig, Tate that little bit further. So right leg, Tate Zuki in. 1. And back 2. Same with the left. 1. And back 2. And then the third and final one on the spot, to Chokazuki, the straight punch. We're going to work on Kazamazuki. So stepping forward with the right side and punching Kazamazuki. 1. And back 2. And the last one with the left. 1. And back 2. Okay, good. So the first point we're working on with this sequence, guys, is when you step forward, it's with a bend and a drive. So for instance, I don't want to see this, where you're toppling and falling into the technique. So if I go slow, you bend, and push forward. So I never want to see the head going first. Bend and hit. So right arm, right leg, Ura Zuki, working on the drop and driving through the back leg. You may have noticed when I'm punching now, as I step forward, my body is rotating. So when I start in natural stance, both of my shoulders, both of my hips are square going straight. But as I step forward and hitting with the right, I'm driving my right side in. So I'm pushing through the left. I'm also driving my right side in as I make that hit. So now when you step forward, when my right leg is forward, my right hip and my right chest are in as I make the stride. So don't forget about the legs. You still bend, you still push, but now we're starting to add the hips at the end of the strike. So right side in. Though we're driving the hip, if I exaggerate, don't let something like this happen. See how my backside is sticking out? So the feeling must always be forward, not out to the side, forward. And then with the Kazamazuki. So get this full rotation now as you hit. Okay, good. And just while we're here on this angle, check this Hikse arm now. So I don't want to see a gap between your elbow and your body. This should be locked tight. So even though the body rotates, don't leave this arm behind. Make sure this is locked back on all 3 strikes on both sides. So now, particularly the senior grades, what I want to start seeing is this double hit movement that Sensei Haku was talking about. So as you start to drop, feel like you're cocking this back. A little pull. If I exaggerate the movement, it's coming back, and going forward. Back, and going forward. And if you're struggling, that's actually something you can work on. So if you're finding this difficult, because it is complicated, exaggerate this movement at the start. So you're pulling all of this back, you're contracting here, and then you're driving it forward. And then as you get more comfortable, you make it a bit smaller, and then very small. So if you're struggling with the more complicated stuff, guys, don't be afraid of doing it bigger whilst it's easier slowly. First part, we have the Ura Zuki here. And then Tate a little bit further, and then the full extension. So as we drop, we prepare this hip, and then send it in. Then this hip's already forward, so we've got to use that then for the second hip. So hip, 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 not just the arms. Drive, drive. The seniors, but lower grades work on this as well. As I hit with my back hip, don't allow your weight to come back. So the feeling should always be forward. So not backwards from here. Make sure the weight is still going forward as you make the second hit. Zuki Gyaku Zuki, full rotation. Full rotation. Remember, keeping that head and that knee still. Weight going forward. 1. Time from Yoi. Double Ura. And back. Double Ura. And back. Double Tate. And back. double Tate, and back. Kazami Zuki Gyaku, and back. Kazami Gyaku, and back. Yes, very good.